This is Bob Dodrill, application engineer with Hilco Incorporated. I want to spend a few minutes today talking to you about another software that Turk offers that is, again, a free software that you can download from the Turk site. Now, let me explain just a little bit what this software does. As I've discussed in some other videos, Turk uses Pactware software to interface our devices, or the Turk devices. Those device files are called DTMs, or device type managers. Now, every device that is an IO-link device, doesn't matter the manufacturer, they create what's called an IODD file. The IODD is simply a device description file. Now, I want to be able to use my IO-link devices in my Pactware. So Turk has created this software, and it is an IODD to DTM interpreter. And this allows you to import the IODD files into Turk software, into Turk Pacware software as a DTM. And again, DTM stands for Device Type Manager. And it's simply the hardware file that allows you to interface a device from Pacware. There are a lot of other companies that use Pacware. Obviously, we're going to specifically use it with Turk. So what you see in front of you on the screen is the interpreter, the IODD interpreter. Now, you have some options to get those into the interpreter, and obviously I have a lot of them set here about Turk devices. If I have downloaded the IODD from the website, both Banner and Turk offer these from our website, I can simply click this Add IODD file button right here. Now, the other day I loaded up all of the new Turk pressure sensor IODD files. This is the 510s, and then I also added the 310s as well. And we'll be talking about the Turk pressure sensor in some future videos. But right now, I want to talk to you about that. And it's pretty simple. Now, I've already added these, but if I click on one and I click open, now see, it already tells me it's already installed. But if it comes in, now it's going to be right here in this file. Now, if I want to then import that into Pacware, I don't have to do any really hard programming. It's pretty tough. I'm going to check that box. And then when I close this interpreter, I would just simply click close. Now, when I open Pacware, it'll import it into the hardware folder there. And I'll do that in a moment, but I want you to see a couple other features first. Now, let's say I don't know where the IODD files, I don't know where to find them. This is a manufacturer, maybe something other than Banner and Turk, and I want to find those IODD files or Banner and Turk devices that I just want to find. If I use this IODD Finder button, I'm going to click that, and it does take a few minutes for it to load up. And while I'm loading, I'm going to explain that I can have a folder of a bunch of IODD files, and I can bring in that whole folder, and I can even bring in a zip file. So that's pretty cool too. Now, you'll notice that by now we've already loaded up all of these. So what this does is it goes to whatever that website is that has all those IODD files, and it brings, you have to load them to that, and then, or the manufacturer loads to it, and this software finds it. So I'm going to start off with the Banner devices, and here's all of the devices that Banner has created that are IO link. So if I wanted to import one, so for instance, I want to bring in one of the VSMs. So I'm going to bring that in. Just going to click that and say close. Excuse me. And it'll bring that device into my software. And again, all I have to do is check that box, and there I'd be ready to go. So I checked the box, and I'm now going to close that software. So I'm just going to close it out, and it's going to say something about the FDD frame or whatever, and I'm going to say OK. Now, let me minimize this, start my packware. So here's my device catalog. If I want to include that in my device catalog, then I'm going to go down here and I'm going to click Update Device Catalog. And I want to, yes, I want to create a new one. So now it'll bring that IODD file into my software so I can use it. And I think that's a pretty handy feature. Now I'm just going to let that run, but I wanted to show you on the software where you find that. So, or on the website where you find this software. So I'm going to do support and software. And then for my filter, drop this down, and I want to look at DTMs. Okay. Now, all the way at the bottom, and here is the IODD interpreter. So I could simply click on that. I can tell it to download, and I can download this software. And then again, it's on the public website. It's a free software, but it is pretty powerful software. So again, I'd like to thank you for all the time you spent listening to this video. And if you have any questions, please contact us. Thank you. Have a great day.